tunnel sound you hear? That's called me trying not to sweat my ballsack off. And that's what happens when you can't leave your windows open because people can hear you fart outside.
Oh, is it that time of year for you?
It is that time of year, and it is that time of day, the time of week, because it is the Nothing Sacred Hump Day edition.
AIDS attrition.
I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And this is the Nothing Sacred for the 11th of May, 2016. We are both officially over the hump. In more
day
ways
after
than
your
one.
birthday, man.
Not just my birthday, but the big birthday.
The big faux-o.
The one that makes you, the one that makes you look back at your life and go, why? What did I do?
Yeah, you do kind of, at that point, you do hit a point where you're like, oh, fuck, I'm 40?
Yeah, and it's like, holy shit, you still feel, because, you know, let's say you're not, because you look at older other people and they look different, you know, like, because when you're 20 or 20, even 30, or, hell, even now, I look at other 40-year-olds and go, damn, you're 40. I'm like, wait a second.
That's old, nigga.
Wait a second, I'm old, too, because I'm the same age. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I still look at people who are my age, and I think they're old, but they're not old. They're my age.
Right, or when they tell me their age,
Yeah,
you know, they'll say, like,
I'm
I'm 42, and you're
I'm
going,
like,
God damn.
You're like, God damn it. I'm like, wait a second. Why am I God damning it when I'm fucking 40 myself?
Well, you know, I do have to ask you, though, man. The first shit you took at 40 years old, how was it, man? Set the scene for us.
Oh, it was this morning, actually.
Wow, you didn't shit until this morning?
No, it was yesterday. Did I not shit yesterday? Did I shit? No, I did. It was, of course, it was a bourbon beer shit, dude.
Oh, wow.
Not bourbon and beer, but bourbon beer. I did my improv jam on Monday night. And they have this bourbon beer, and of course I played it perfectly. I walked in there, I'm turning 40, so I got free beer basically the whole night.
Nice.
Then I got this 10.0% bourbon beer, or 9-point-something% bourbon beer. So we're talking strong as shit beer, and and I had that, and I had the next day I had this like really nice. It wasn't nice at all. It was
like a burning, explosive shit.
Yeah, pretty much. How the worst way you could possibly ring in your 40s was like
it's like dumping microwave eggs out onto the counter or something.
Exactly, like dumping like an exploding breakfast burrito in a hot summer morning.
Oh,
cascading
man.
down mixed in with a heaping helping of sorbet.
Because that's a pinnacle shit, dude.
Not
really.
I mean,
come on.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't really matter, man.
I don't know, man. It seems like it's different than the shits you took in the past,
Different? No, it's the same exact kind of exactly what they call the drinker shit, dude. That's what it is. It isn't different at all. That's the problem. I wish it were different. It should be like I'm 40 and I'm healthy. Kerr, fluke, gablink, and it just drops out and falls, But no,
I don't know though, man. Maybe
like,
it's
it's
my first shit at 40. I'm still shitting. That's good.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but it definitely was more of a, all right, I gotta take a shit. I have to get out of bed. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh god, this is good. And then you're like five, 6 wipes later. You gotta flush twice. You gotta wash your hands 3 times just to make sure.
Oh yeah, and you still got stains on the toilet bowl to prove it.
Yeah, just not a fun I'm 40, fluke, kablonk,
Oh, those don't. I don't think anyone has that, dude.
Why not? I could have if I had eaten well and not gotten thrashed the night before.
Well, yeah, but who doesn't get thrashed the night before? I mean, I guess there are people,
There are people who do that kind of thing who don't. That's not the way I want to be anymore, man. It's not the person I am anymore, brah.
You're changing your outlook, and
I'm not gonna allow this to happen to me anymore, man. I'm taking my life in my own hands and breaking the mold and bloking the floke and whatever. So that's my big. I guess that's the big thing I took out of yesterday's. I didn't do much. I just went to a movie, went to dinner. But you're right. The big thing is being alive, man. Just we're still kicking.
Oh, the fact you made it, dude. Fuck, how many people don't make it to 40?
It's true. That's true. And I'm half broken down, but I'm still alive.
Yeah, shit, dude.
I mean, broken down because I don't have like shit. I'm not like, I got to go get an MRI for my fucking Borkenskleric or whatever.
Oh no, there's some sick fuckers, dude. Trust me, I've seen.
My bro has been going through a lot of shit lately, so it's just like
like I said, you know, it's that kind of shit.
Grateful.
You don't want to be in that position.
I guess I did enjoy the fact that I did shit and I didn't shit my intestines out and die on the shitter, because of course I thought about that. I was like, what if I just fucking shit out my intestines and just die?
If your intestines are wrapped around the bowl.
You're just like, I just fall over and they're just hanging out of my butt inside the. And I'm just like laying. It's like that. What is that? The Stephen
Dysentery
King,
or whatever.
The Stephen King Dreamcatchers.
Oh yeah, Dream. Oh god.
Dreamcatcher where he ate out of his butthole. Remember that? That's the.
Yeah, when he falls over sideways.
They happy birthday. And everyone's like, happy birthday! I found him. And fucking intestines falling in his butt, trailing into the toilet, and his hand actually had hit the toilet and started flushing it. So half of them were flushing down. So it pulled his butt up halfway to the toilet. So it looked like he was bending over, ready to get butt slammed by the.
They're like weaved around the bathroom. Like, is that a new decoration or something?
Like branches. He left a lasting mark. They're gonna take a long ass time to clean the tiles in that motherfucker. Cause that shit stuck, man. That was like. Oh. Anyway, so yeah. So,
wow. Okay, so as we digress.
Yes, of course. As we digest. Okay, so let's What you have a butt plug? Considering we need a butt plug at this point.
I do have a butt plug, man, and I'll talk more about the concert that I went to see. But I did go see the Unsubs tour, which is it's actually there was a bunch of acts. There was Donnie Menace and a bunch of other dudes I didn't know, but I guess Psycho from Insane Poetry has now hooked up with another guy named Scum, and they're a group called MMMFD, which stands for Make My Motherfucking Day. And so if you do get a chance to check out the Unsubs tour, it's pretty kick-ass. A lot of good acts on there.
Okay, so the Unsubs tour. And that's
right, and also, too, the CD, which will be dropping... Well, actually, I bought the CD, and it's kind of cool, man, because I just didn't think that those two would have a great mic chemistry, but they really do, man. They complement each other really well. So
and that's once again, that's MMMFD with...
It's Make My Motherfucking Day. Yep. And the album's called The Unsubs, which it actually will be dropping soon. But if you happen to catch them on tour, they're actually selling copies of it.
It's made up of
Psycho from Insane Poetry and Scum, who's another rapper out of Denver.
Oh, Denver rapper. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So it's pretty cool, man. It's definitely different. Scum is he's a Russian dude actually, and he raps with Psycho, man, and it's they do a nice job. The albums, if you like that that psychopathic, horrorcore, murderous type shit. It's not real, folks. Okay, it's imaginary. Just let you know.
Yeah, they're not really killing people.
They're not really killing people. They're just it's not their deepest fantasies. It's just a story. It's like
just writing about it.
Like
exactly.
Stephen King does, except with rapping. Okay.
We got to throw that disclaimer out there, I guess. But the whole album's that way, and the only low point of it, I would say, was I do like when sometimes Psycho gets into some political shit and kind of talks about how fucked up things are, not just about killing and all that type of stuff. And they kind of didn't go there this time. It was more just straight, about murder and death and kidnapping people and shit like that. So, and they do have another CD that came out in 2013, which I just found out today, and it's called Random Acts of Violence. You can actually pick that one up on CD, baby. So
okay,
but right. So yeah, MMMF. I gotta say it slow. MMMFD. Make My Motherfucking Day, and Random Acts of Violence, and then the Unsubs, which should be dropping in a few weeks.
Ah, cool. So that's the butt plug. And speaking of that concert, you went there. It was good, you said, right?
The concert, yeah, I enjoyed the concert. And you know what? Everybody was really fucking cool, man. Like, the bouncer was really helpful, showed me to a seat, and then at one point I got up to find the bathroom, and the bartender, she was cool. She came out from behind the bar and showed me to the bathroom. And so, it was nice, man. Everybody was really helpful. Although... And this will come later, or I don't know if we want to jump into this now.
Why don't we just do that? It's a great segue.
All right, since we're on the topic.
Where was this at?
It was down on Fremont Street. And the buttfuck of Fremont Street, or anything downtown, is everything's all, together, or inside buildings and shit.
Yeah, and so like the streets are even you can't ride down the streets. You actually have to get out and find your way around. So I could see exactly where this is going. So
So every time, and I always hate going downtown. Well, I thought this might be different because I had an address for the place. So I thought, okay, well, it's going to be at the Las Vegas. Funny enough, it was at Las Vegas Country Saloon.
Las Vegas Country, of course, because were these a bunch of were all of them white boys or?
Yeah, there were a lot of white guys that were up there. Yeah,
of course,
that were rapping. So, but yeah, it was at Las Vegas Country Saloon, and so the driver's like, I can't. He was like, I don't know where this place is. He's like, my GPS says it's right here, but he's like, if that's the case, he's like, I can't pull in there. I can't drive in there. He's like, I'm gonna have to drop you out here on the street, and I'm like, oh fuck. So he's like, here, let me take you into the Denny's. Maybe we can, because there was a Denny's right there. And he's like, maybe we can ask somebody. So we go in the Denny's. We ask the lady. Of course, she doesn't fucking know what it is. She's like, I've never heard of Las Vegas Country Saloon. Sorry. And so then, dude, as we come out, some old couple comes up to us and asks the driver where Las Vegas Boulevard is. Oh, by the way, let me back up. I did call Donnie Menace and asked him. I said, hey, man, where's this place at? And he's like, oh, it's right across from the Heart Attack Grill on Las Vegas Boulevard. So I said, okay. So that's when I told the driver that. Then this old couple comes up, and they asked us where Las Vegas Boulevard was. So the driver goes, well, you know what? He's got to go down there. Will you just take him?
Wow.
And so, they're like, well, I guess, let me see. We're not going to go down there now, though. So they found this tour guide guy, and he was cool. He actually took me there, dude. And it's inside a building, up the stairs, through a door. I mean, it was a real pain in the fucking ass, but thank God I found it.
You found it, but I guess so. You found it, and it was a Las Vegas saloon, so they had it it was all rap, it was horrorcore.
Yeah, that's that night. That's what they were playing.
Was there anybody? How many people showed up? Would you say was it a decent crowd?
No, it wasn't as decent as it should have been. I don't think.
No.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
That's
it wasn't
awkward,
packed.
man. It's always awkward. Like, I'm glad I had my improv group is small. We could hang that. We only had like 10 people come on Monday night, so I'd like to have a little bit more. But I can know how that is, man. It's like there wasn't that many people there then, huh?
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't a huge. I mean, which actually was kind of cool for me, but for the artists, it kind of sucks. It's like here they are, and this is a tour, man. I mean, they're now they're in New Mexico, and they're going to be performing in, Arizona and all over, So it's like, fuck, these guys. I mean, they're they're on the road. This is a real tour.
So how many people would you say were there? About 15?
As far as people watching, I would say maybe 25, 30, maybe.
All right, that's something at least, man. I mean, was it a small place or was it a big ass place?
Nah, it was kind of small. Kind of small.
So it kind of fit everybody at least somewhat well then, right?
Yeah. People weren't standing on top of each other and shit. So, but then the real butt fuck was at the end, the bouncer was like, well, he was like, I'll take you down to the, he was like, I guess you could wait on the street corner. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm standing on the street corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont waiting for my bus.
Oh, shit. Was that where we were supposed to come?
Yeah, I guess so, because that's the closest place that they could find me. And this
of course you were probably a little bit buzzed, I would assume.
Oh, I was really fucking right because I'd been pounding beers and at one point Scum gave everybody shots of Jaeger. So
so you're just sitting there going, oh fuck.
Yep, and I'm like, oh Jesus, okay, this is gonna be interesting. It's 1:20 in the fucking morning, and so then I get a text, and it says, my ride is going to be coming late at 2:13 a.m.
Oh, God. So I bet you went, fuck this, right?
Yep, I did. I went around the corner. I found some guy, and I said, hey, can you help me find a cab? So he walked to the corner with me, and he hailed a cab for me. And now, keep in mind, I didn't use this as a, I was like, hey, this is, Fremont's fucked up. This isn't Paratransit's fault.
No, you just wanted to get home. You're not going to stand on the corner for another hour and a half.
Yeah, dude, because people were even walking by asking if I was okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm
fine.
I'm fine, but you're also probably like, I want to just go home and go to bed.
Yep, pretty much, man.
So I assume, you just chilled yesterday then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yesterday was just a chilling day. I just listened to the MMMFD CD and made some phone calls and just kind of chilled around the house, and that was it.
Interesting, man. That you and you don't even, and that's the thing, you don't even know if they would have been able to find you, dude.
Well, that's it. And then at one point, they actually called me, while I was in the cab, and I said, "Well, I got a text saying you guys wouldn't be here till 2:13." So I took a cab home, and the guy was like, "Okay," But yeah, he was like, "Your bus is trying to find you," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So, Fremont sucks a ball bag, dude. They need to do something with that shit.
It's for walkers, man. It's for people. It's for tourists who come and live, who don't live here.
It's definitely for tourists.
Oh yeah, cars. That's why it's not meant to be, because a lot of Fremont Street is under that damn canopy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's that stupid Fremont experience, and then So
I can understand. So you're sitting out there at 2 a.m. People walking by going, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "I'm fine." But you look like an idiot just standing there going, "Pretty dear."
Yeah, that's what. And by the way, Kraken and I came up with a term for that, and it's flurpy derping.
Flurpy derping, where he's like,
and we even have a song for it. It's birdeet, 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 birdie, birdie, burp, burp, burp. That's the music for it.
And is that that's for anybody just standing around like waiting to not do anything, right?
Right, pretty much, yeah. But we've especially
being blind. But this flurpy derping is like, I'm standing here. I don't know where to go. I have to stay. I guess this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, and people are looking at you like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, and it happens to everyone. It's not. It's definitely flurpy derping is definitely something that you see a lot. Like when you don't know what line to stand in and shit, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stand here and wait and see."
Yep, exactly. Like, well, is this the right line? And somebody gives you the wrong information, and you're like, "Fuck, I stood in this line."
Now that word will be part of our lexicon here. So flurpy derping, man.
You're flurpy derping, man. So yes, and that's what I was doing, man. So then, but thank God I got the cab, and they got me home, and everything was cool. So
that's cool, man. So you got home safe and sound, obviously, which is the important thing.
Exactly. So here I am, man.
Really crazy hearing about you being dead on my birthday, man.
Yeah, Max dies in the fucking street
on my birthday. That makes me want to cry just thinking about it.
See, but didn't happen, man.
So that's obviously you did and that's nothing, and there's nothing that has nothing to do with obviously paratransit. That has everything to do with just.
It's just Fremont, dude.
Because they want you to get lost. That's part of the thing about walking down the strip. They want you to walk into places and have to walk upstairs and around shit, so you don't know how to get out of places. So you
can see things and hopefully get tempted.
Spend money. You're like, oh, I'm drunk. I don't want to go downstairs. I'll stay here for a bit longer. Or, I mean, they even got you, dude, because you were like, oh, fuck it. I'm gonna just spend money on this cab and go home.
Yeah, true. True. Well, you know what I did, because the venue didn't open till 9, and I got there. It was 8:40, 8:30, somewhere around there.
Jesus.
So there was a bar outside, outside the venue. So I just went there, and I'm drinking on a Pabst Blue Ribbon. So,
a Pabst, huh?
So I was doing that, and then some Mexican dude was like trying to get friendly with me and be funny, and I was like, "Hey, man," he was like, "Oh, my bad, man. I didn't know." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I didn't even know you were talking to me, man. My bad." Because I was too busy texting everybody and trying to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah. So, but I found it.
You went
got
in,
in,
and you were part of the group, and were there, and it was,
Yeah, yeah.
But
in the future, I'm gonna try to stick to, bar shit, stuff that's local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can, and if not, if I, if I'm going to do something on Fremont or something downtown, I'm definitely taking someone with me.
Get your Sidey McReady on.
Yep. But it was just fucked up because it was a weeknight, so Mac Metro had to work, and although I did invite Sluggo, but he was going back to New York for a couple weeks, and he left Monday.
Oh,
so can you imagine what that would have been like?
Oh, Sluggo going back to New York, say.
Yeah, he's going to see his parents. Then I guess he's going to go see his girl.
Niceness. Hope everything's going well with that.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Good. You were worried for a second there, but you never know, man.
Yeah, but
life is like that, man.
Well, it's all good for him, so that's cool, man.
Yep. And so New York, man, New York. So you won't be hanging out with him on the weekends for a couple of weeks there, buddy.
I know.
It's been kind of your pattern lately, man. So you've been getting into that little pattern. So.
Yeah, true. Well, shit, dude. Speaking of weekends and partying and all that shit, I'm assuming you want to get into your whole like birthday and aging.
I just had a good created a new improv game over the weekend with my brother and Shane and Jill. It's called the Weed Name Game.
Okay.
Very simple. Obviously, out here in Oregon, weed is legal, and they have all these crazy names for stuff like Girl Scout Cookie and shit like that.
An OG Kush or whatever, OG Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have the game where you just make up names and you give a reason. Like, for example, like you get celebrities, and you say something like, "Man, I got some Jack Nicholson. Dude, I smoked that, and I couldn't fucking handle the truth, man. After that."
Oh, I see. You throw in something that they're famous for.
So, or just you just throw in something that relates to them, like man, dude.
And I smoked some of that Ice Cube, and I feel like I'm America's Most Wanted, or something. Right?
Exactly. Or man, I smoked that YouTube, man. It was okay, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for, if you know what I mean. So okay. Just play, and you can I smoked some Bernie Sanders, man, and gave all my shit away,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just anything you want to do, you can do objects and food, like we were doing. Just a whole bunch of different things. So that was fun. It's always fun to do improv and just chill and having a good time, cracking people up. I don't know. I just had a mellow time. Just Monday night I got pretty sloshy after improv. I had this bourbon beer. It's this because at the Sam Bonds Brewing, which we're doing it again on June 13th. It's basically a once a month thing now. But you know what? It's a free space. It's a bar. So about 10 people came last time, but we've had people come, like 20 or so. So I'm really gonna push this next one. But I had this bourbon beer, and of course I walked in there and said, "Yeah, I'm turning 40 tomorrow." And they go, "Oh, well, this one's on us." I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Then it was on everybody else, right?
Oh yeah, well, it was on me, and then that I did buy one beer out of the 3 that I got, because I got 3 pints, which is a lot of.
That's a lot of beer, man.
Well, it's a lot of. It's 3 glasses, but it's really strong, 9%. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was feeling it when I got home, so I was. So, and then I but it was cool. I had a good time. Nothing crazy, nothing like bad, really. I mean, I got a little buzz, but it was nothing that I haven't done before. And then Tuesday we just watched the new Captain America. Just hung out. Just a mellow thing, which is what I wanted. I didn't want anything big, because everything. Oh, we got to do something big for your 40th. I'm like, God, come on now.
Yeah. No, I didn't do much for my 40th either.
I guess it would be, it's always cool to do something sometimes, but I don't really. It's more like I want to do something cool after my birthday, like start doing more cool shit. So my focus is more on doing more improv stuff and more music stuff and everything now. So it's like the big celebration. Yeah, I turned 40. It's okay. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be chugging along. I've got a job. My life is not that stressful, and that's really what I'm thankful for and I'm happy about. Is I just don't have much shit to worry about, dude.
Well, really. It's good.
I don't. I mean,
like we were saying earlier, look at the other people, man. They got all kinds of crazy shit going on in their life.
And I don't have a lot of bills. All my shit's taken care of. My rent went through. Everything. That's all I really need to worry about. So simple things, small things, like being happy about doing things like. For instance, you realize you matter. Now this is where I am, of course, a little philosophical about this kind of stuff. But for instance, like my buddy posted a picture of me. He's like, "Yeah, man, I've known him since I was 4th grade. One of my best friends." And he posted a picture of me, my buddy Brian, and myself. And my buddy Brian is the one who was in that scouting accident in 1991.
Oh shit!
And the thing is, his mom and his sister are both my Facebook friends, and they're both my buddy's Facebook friends.
Okay.
So they hadn't seen that picture. It was me holding. It was me. We were like fake, like electric guitarring. You know that what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, the air guitar shit.
Yeah, I had a tennis racket. Chris had drumsticks, and then my buddy Brian had like a broom, like as a bass player or whatever. We were just fucking around. And they had never seen that picture before. So it was kind of, and that's going to be 20. It's still just kind of a little thing. Like if that wouldn't have happened, they wouldn't have seen that. Just like little things that would never have happened unless,
Right.
Just little things. Like,
well, fuck, dude.
You know, nothing crazy. Like, oh, you know, it's kind of like, oh, that's like little things, but it's all that really matters almost in the end, you know.
Yeah, well, you're right, man, and you know, a lot of shit, you know, that we worry about is self-inflicted.
I mean, you see all this crazy shit going down. I mean, there was you know, you worry about shit, man. It's almost dangerous to get famous too, and dangerous to be like well known and have, you know.
Well, you heard what Gangsta Pat was saying last week, or whenever we had him on. Remember, he was like, "Man, I'm glad I didn't end up famous."
Well, there was one dude who posted a pic. He posted a joke about his dog, because his dog, whenever he said like you know, like gas the Jews, his dog would perk up. Like his dog would go, you know, like, and so he made like a little joke about it. It was a joke. Like, it was like, oh my god, you know, like his dog is a anti, you know, because his dog's not. Well, 12,000 people liked it or whatever. 2,000 people didn't. Well, of course, some of those 2,000 people who didn't like it thought he was being offensive, and the Scottish police arrested him.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So just be happy that, you know, hell, we might be arrested for saying something offensive, you know, at some point.
Yeah. Well.
You know what I mean? Like. I don't know why that came on, like why that had anything to do with what I was saying before. I guess I'm meaning is that like just like don't wish. Sometimes it's be careful what you wish for, because sometimes, you know, it would be nice to get some to do some more improv, have more like exposure. But what if I'm doing improv and have more exposure, and I say something offensive during an improv scene, and somebody gets pissed off, and then it's all over the place. And then it's just stupid shit, man. It's almost like,
and you're getting drug into court. You're getting fined.
You realize that you have to cherish. I guess the bottom line is you have to cherish those moments where you have no shit to worry about, nothing to stress over.
And that's right, because like right now, hey, we're not huge, we're not famous, but we can still do what we want.
We still do what we want, and I'm not even that. Like, I mean, just like not even being famous or huge, but being like having a lot of money or anything else that you think you need to have in your life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just should be happy that you have no bullshit, and just be happy with it. That's you know, it's kind of the same thing with Gangsta Pat was saying. Just be happy that you have no bullshit, man.
That's true.
No crazy shit. I've got a fucking wife with 2 kids, and she's taking 70% of my earnings, and I can barely feed myself. And
oh yeah, you hear all kinds of fucked up stories, man.
And it also goes back to how like it's like little things that aren't going to stress me out. Like, I have this new kick-ass phone, and I'm sure a lot of people might be thinking, well, you don't have a lot of money. How did you get this phone? How are you paying for it? Well, if I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't be getting it. It's the only reason I have this killer phone. And by the way, it's fucking just killer, dude. It's amazing.
So you like it then? You like the phone?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, dude. It does things for me. And I guess my point was going before I go about the phone. I was going to talk about that a little bit, actually, anyways. And pardon this fucking chair, because you probably can hear it.
I can't hear it at all.
Good. Or the fan, maybe you can hear that in the background too.
No, not really.
Okay, so people get these phones and they can't pay for them. Well, I'm only getting the phone because I can. Like, I would not be getting a new phone. I would not have been getting anything, but I had an opportunity to get this kick-ass phone for very little per month, and I got it, and I can afford it, and it's amazing. But I wouldn't have never have got it if I couldn't afford it, not for no status symbol or anything. Now, I'm glad I have it now because fuck, dude, it's a visual aid. Max.
No, yeah.
I don't know if I was telling. No, I was telling you about. I don't know if I told you about it the other night, but here's an example of what happened. I was sitting in, getting it set up, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, I'm ready to set this up. And it goes, you need a Wi-Fi connection to set this up. And I'm like, oh shit, because I have Wi-Fi, but the serial number on the bottom of my
oh, you told me about this. You took the picture.
Yeah, I took the picture of it. And it's such a high quality camera, and it was so low light, but the lighting was so good on the camera that it took the picture, I enlarged it, and I was able to get the key that I needed off of that to get my internet working.
Oh, that's dope as fuck. Yeah, see, now you don't have to worry about that. Oh, is there someone that can help you, sir?
Exactly. And here's another example of that, of amazingness. Like, I was sitting over there, hanging out at the Ranger Resort, as we, the Ranger Resort.
Oh, yeah.
Chilling at the resort, and we're in the backyard. It's a fucking beautiful day. It's the best time of year right now. And they were talking about the gate, what they did at the top of the gate. And I go, well, can you see that? And I go, hold on a second. So I pull out my phone, I zoom it 8 times up, and I'm like, oh my God, the detail was amazing. And I took a picture of it, and I zoomed it in even more. So I can see all this detail that they were describing. I could see exactly what they were talking about without having to go anywhere. And it's going to be amazing in airports and other places where you know, you sign. So just take a picture of the sign.
Oh yeah.
The picture, or I just go hold the phone up and zoom in on the picture, or zoom in on the you know, on what I'm looking at, and then just be able to read things. So it's going to be very very useful in a lot of ways.
That's dope as fuck, man.
And just it's amazing technology. So I'm happy about it. But I am, you know, but I'm happy about it because I don't have to worry about it. It's like, oh, I got this great thing, but I got to pay $70. Okay, food. Or my phone? No, it's food and phone. Nothing will really change whatsoever in my life. I'm just gonna except I'm gonna have a kick-ass phone, and that's how I want it, and that's how I do things. And I'm still proud of that fucking fact that I live frugally, and I take care of my business, and don't have any shit to worry about that way. You know.
Hey, that's the main thing, man. You know.
So there you go.
That's
my birthday shit. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly.
Keep it simple.
So, well, speaking of politically incorrect shit, this is actually funny, dude. This just happened on my way home tonight.
Okay.
So we pick up these. I didn't hope I didn't cut you off.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So we're looking for this guy. Okay. Now, first of all, the driver says, "Oh yeah, I gotta pick up this Jose guy, and then I drop him off, then you." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, you know, but this is after all the other drop offs and pickups we just did. So we get in this stupid complex. And all the, you know, it's like G100, D100. We're looking for G100. We can't find it. Every fucking letter except for the one we're looking for. And finally we go around like twice. And finally she finds it. She opens the door. And some, like, Mexitard, he's like 15 or something, like, I guess he's got like a to-go box of food or something. He puts it on the stairs of the bus. And he tries to close. He's like pushing the bus door closed. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And so he kind of sits there and he's not really responding. And she goes, "Who are you? Are you Jose?" And he's going, you know, dude, he doesn't even speak. You know, he's like, he makes sounds, you know. I'm like, holy shit. Anyway, so she's like, "Well, if you're not Jose, you don't need to be on my bus. Get off my bus." So finally he comes up on the bus. He looks at me and makes some sounds, and she goes, "I think he's trying to talk to you." And I'm thinking, well, I don't fucking speak Tard, and because what he said was just unintelligible. It was like, you know, okay, pretty much. Well, then the rest of the family comes out, dude. It's a mom and another kid who's probably about 10 or something, and they get on the bus, and she's like, "Who are you guys?" And then she says, "Jose Rodriguez." It was this long fucking crazy name, dude, like 50 last names. And I'm thinking, well, you know, is that the possible dads? Is that why the fuck that the guy's got such a long name? You know, do they put all like, well, it could be the uncle. Oh yeah, and none of them spoke English. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, these fuckers, I'm sorry, man, but there's got to be some inbreeding going on in that fucking culture, dude. You know, they're like the rednecks of Latin America. They just, you know.
Something. So were they all supposed to be on there, or did they all stay on?
Yeah, apparently they were all.
It was one of those, like, they're probably going to the fucking the flea market or something.
Well, I don't know where they were, what this was that they got picked up from, but they were headed home, and so we did finally drop them off. But I mean, there was like 3 of them. None of them spoke. You know, it's like, I don't know. I think they all may have been retarded, dude.
Or it was probably just a family, and like they're using the retard to bum rides to go places. You know.
Oh, probably so. Yeah, but none of them. They all kind of had that same empty, you know, like. Oh no. Yeah, they were Mexitards, dude. They were when they got off the bus. That's what I was joking with the bus driver. I was like, well, so why does he have? I said, what was the deal with the long names? And I said the thing about the, you know, is that all the possible dads, and they just put all of them on the birth certificate, or what?
Oh shit! Did you get in trouble for that, or he laughed at you?
No, she was laughing. She was like, She said something like, "You need to." What did she say? You need to bob then weave, okay? You just standing there and you're just throwing the jabs.
Yeah, well, yeah. She's probably like, can't say shit because this is recorded, and if I say a goddamn thing, they're gonna fire me.
Oh yeah, but she was loving it.
But you're like, hey, fuck it, I'm a writer. I'm a blind writer, man.
Exactly. I'm gonna talk shit about these people, like, you fucking Mexitards. What do? You take advantage of government programs and, you know, use your retard as a possibility. Like, I think I'll puck my uncle so we can have a tard.
Puck my uncle. Puck?
I'm going to puck my uncle.
Puck my uncle.
And have a tard. And then that way, they can, get free shit,
I guess it's like their pocket tard, like it's like a Pokemon.
A pocket tard.
Poketard. Like they collect one. When they pull it out, it's like a magic. They have a magic spell to cast, and that goes back in their pocket.
That's funny as shit.
Ride.
Oh, speaking of tards, holy shit, dude. I kind of have. Did you see my video on Facebook?
Was that about the running into shit? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that? Okay.
Yeah, you have a concerned citizen around your area
I have a concerned neighbor. Yes.
And I guess he is watching you, and lately you've been running into shit more than usual.
Well, he just said to my brother, I think he's been running into things upstairs. And my brother said, well, why don't you say something to him? And he was like, well, I don't want to offend him.
So you're going to offend other people. Or you're he's not going to tell you.
And it gets back to me, and then now I'm, like, oh, thanks, dickhead. You couldn't come talk to me?
Well, what does he think you're running into?
Who the fuck knows? The only thing I think that he may have, because, I use our, we've been having these events on Thursday nights that Kraken can't make because he works his other job.
Yeah.
So I've been taking the outreach bag with me, which I don't know if you've seen it. It's a big fucking suitcase, dude. And so when I'm schlepping it up the stairs, I'm sure I'm banging it into stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that happens to anybody when you're moving stuff. It's not like, does he know that you're blind?
Well, see, that's the thing. In the beginning, I don't think he knew. And then I think he finally figured it out over time. And I guess now then he was like, he probably must have heard some thumps or bumps. There's all kinds of shit.
What if he runs into, trips over his chair? Duh.
Well, it was my brother's supposed to do, Oh, he's bumping into things up there,
And you're like, and he's like, no, he's not.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, okay, well, have you talked to him? And then he was like, well, I don't want to offend him. And my brother's like, well, why don't you just talk to him? He's a nice guy. He'll listen to you, and so yeah, that was kind of funny.
Guy. He's not gonna bite you. Of course, he might be like, "Fuck you," Sidey fucking Jesus, motherfucker. He's like, "What are you? I didn't mean to do it. Leave me alone. Don't tell me how to live."
What I would do, I probably, when I see him again, I'll just say something in passing and just be, "Hey, man, I heard you were a little concerned for me, man, and my brother told me that you heard some stuff. What'd you hear exactly?" So just kind of ask him.
Is he down below?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You probably just walking around. Maybe you were buzzed one night and hit something.
Who knows, dude? Plus, I'm always up here cussing.
Yeah.
So, that could be anything.
You're allowed to do what the fuck you want in your place.
Yeah,
but concern,
exactly.
Man, well, and then again, right now you're allowed to do what you want, but hell, who knows,
Yeah, years from now.
I'm concerned, man. I'm real concerned about you. We're going to put a camera in your house and everything's going to be fine. Oh, I'm fine already. Well, you're going to be even better. Be more assured than you are now. I don't need to be more assured. You will be the judge of that.
Look, we know what's in your best interest, okay?
We know. Who's we? Well, we. Like everyone. See, we're a democracy and we're all equal, but I don't think the same way as you do. You don't.
You better start learning how to.
Start learning how to because we all think the same. Well, who's we? Everybody. Okay.
Yeah, that's that dumb shit, man. That's sometimes you're just like, man, come on, but that's always kind of been a fear of mine though, that there's always some busybody asshole neighbor, thinking things are going on that aren't, like there's a blind person and he lives by himself. I need to call the blind center and tell them because they could come over and help him or something.
You need to call Child Protective Services.
Well, that's it. It's almost like you're thought of, again, Master Rawlings and all his wisdom, it's like, yeah, man. He's like, they fucking look at us like we're a little kid. Actually, he had a situation recently, too. I guess it was at his dad's funeral where somebody bitched to his mom that he said something that offended them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then his mom, I guess, called him up and was demanding that he apologize to this person, and he's like, I'm not apologizing to that person. I'm a grown adult. If they got a problem, they should have talked to me. You know?
Yeah, going to your mom and then mom demanding that you apologize.
Yeah, yeah. He wrote about it. He actually commented on that video. That's where he posted that stuff.
Oh wow, I'll have to check that out just to see, because we obviously don't want to get too detailed, but I'll have to check that out just because to see what the comment was. It go into detail about what the comment was, or just about?
No, he didn't say what was said. He just said that. I guess next thing he knows is mom's calling him all pissed off and cool. saying that he said something that offended someone at the funeral. And
he's right. He's right. They should talk to him. He's not a child.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And he's like, really? They're gonna run to my mommy and fucking and then she's gonna take disciplinary action. He's like, I don't think so. I'm a grown fucking man. I'm a family man now. Things are a little different.
Yeah, I can say things that I want. He probably doesn't. He probably wouldn't take it. He probably feels what he said wasn't offensive either. Even if it wasn't. Oh, see, people are. It's okay. This bugs me too, and I'll tell you why. Who the fuck is going to get upset at the son of someone who just died at their father's funeral and get mad about something they said that could have quote unquote offended them? Who the fuck does that? So I would be more offended if I were the mom at someone calling me up and saying that my son, whose father has just died suddenly, not like it's prolonged, not like that makes too much of a difference, but it does a little bit obviously, who's still probably in shock, has barely an idea of what's going on. It's only been a week later at the latest, something like that.
Yeah, it was about a week later.
About a week later, where your brain is still not knowing what's going on. You're not like you're gonna be like that for months, and you expect someone to have the decorum and to think about your feelings. Go fuck yourself. How's that?
It puts me in mind of when your dad died, and someone we know was like, "You didn't even say anything to us about us breaking up.
Yeah,
you're not my friend."
Or whatever. Yeah, well, yeah, that was about what. Well, that was more like the when he got the cancer, but still, same kind of thing though. It's like, think about someone besides yourself. Like, oh, you're offended, and then you're gonna talk to somebody else behind the. That's horse shit, man. I would tell that person to go fuck themselves. I'd be like, let me put it this way. I'm sorry. If I offended you, well,
it wasn't my intention.
But I'm not going to apologize because I'm not apologizing anything. My dad's dead. Deal with it.
I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. That's
Unless he said something like, "Hey, your fucking vagina smells like fucking fish. Why don't you clean that shit out and respect my dad?"
I pretty much doubt that.
Yeah, dude. Or hey, dude, man, you know what? You and your wife, you shouldn't be here because you're fucking ridiculously ugly, and my dad would barf all over you and die again if he saw you guys coming to my wedding, my funeral, his funeral.
Yeah.
My dad's in his casket, and he just shit himself with fucking horror that you're here and he's dead. He was so horrified that you're here that his spirit went back into his body and he defecated in his coffin because you're here. So I'm sure he said something like that to
and then you wonder, like, well, what the fuck was even said? Like,
it doesn't even matter what it said. I mean, at this point, you think he's thinking about that kind of shit at that point?
Oh God, no.
No, I wouldn't be. I certainly wasn't. Even then, I had kind of a little bit of warning there.
I'll have to. I mean, we won't talk about it in the air, but I will have to find out because I am interested to what the fuck this person took so offensively.
Ridiculous. Fucking go fuck yourself. There's my and then use that language too to offend you even more if you're religious and you don't like language. Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. Fuck yourself in the mouth.
Ashamed of. Fuck that shit. So, all right. So that's fucking crazy, man. So you have one more or what?
That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say it again. People. If someone's dead, don't worry about your feelings for a while. Like, they might say some shit that you don't get and you don't like. Just lay off, let it go, relax a little bit, let it slide. At least for that point, they may just not realize what they're saying, even if it's really offensive. And if it's not that offensive, go fuck yourself and keep it to yourself.
And that's the thing too. Like, being, an outsider, not a member of the family, and you're trying to say the right things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you come as an outsider and you're upset by something a family member,
said whose father just died. Just go fuck yourself, seriously.
Yep.
And I don't care who the other family who it is, and if they're close to them, that's great. Then they should know better. They should be like, wow, he's okay. We're just gonna let that go, and we're gonna let it go, and we're just gonna let it, And if you don't let it go, then you're right. Talk to the person who offended you, because he's not a fucking 40-year-old child. He's not retarded. He's a fucking smart dude. He's got a family, and he's going through a grieving period. So just go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, with that.
Oh, bitches.
I mean, what else you get? So how else do you end a show but by telling someone to go fuck themselves?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's
the positive vibes that we had earlier about, life. Do you just let life go? Let things, just be happy that.
Oh, but you still got to tell people to fuck themselves on a time to time.
Go fuck themselves all the time. Yeah, this has been Nothing Sacred for the 11th of May, 2016. We're rolling along. Life is good because we're still living.
Yeah.
And get what that's world is still turning, bitches. So
yeah. And on that note, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And I'm Cruise Control.
And that's the story there, bitches.
Fuck all y'all. Go fuck yourselves.
You.
Hope you offended you. If we did, tell our mommies.
Yeah. We'll get pancakes.